Corey is out of Indiana. Corey, you're on the air, sir.
Yes, sir. Jesse, it's nice to talk to you again.
Thank you. I appreciate your call.
Can you hear me good enough?
Loud and clear.
Oh, perfect. So I called him before, and I've had issues with the phone. So
yeah, you're
anyway,
fine now.
Perfect. Great. I had a couple things. I got a testimony for you, number one. But the first thing, and it starts with the Kavanaugh thing. Did you get a chance, Jesse, to see the interview that Fox News did with him and his wife?
I saw a portion of it. I didn't see the whole thing. Oh no, yes I did. You know, that was with that woman, right? What's the woman?
Yes, the blonde lady.
Yes,
it was a blonde lady. I can't remember her name.
Martha MacCallum.
I think she did a good job of asking tough questions and trying to do what she needed to do as a journalist. So I thought that was okay. But when you sit and listen, and then look at the timing of when all this stuff came out about Kavanaugh, and then you look at the people that are involved in accusing this man of doing something when he was 17 years old, and this guy, it's not like this is the first position of power this man's ever come into. The timing thing raises a big red flag.
Of course, yes.
Anybody that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Make your point. Go ahead.
I was just saying, any situation like this, regardless of what stripe you are, if you're a lefty or a righty or you're a centrist or independent, whatever you want to call yourself, common sense rules the day. When you look at this, why didn't somebody come out and say something about this many, many years ago when he was a judge or he got all these high power positions? It's obvious. It's because Trump appointed him, and this woman's being basically put up on the altar to be sacrificed.
Yes. And they didn't come out because nothing happened. And as you said, they're trying to go after the Great White Hope. They're trying to stop President Trump. And they also don't like this Judge Kavanaugh because he is anti-abortion. He's not for abortion. And these people love killing unborn children.
I would 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. And I can also tell you that watching his wife, I don't know how vividly you remember that interview, but his wife looked terrified.
Yeah, she did.
Like she was just shook. Yeah. Like literally shooken.
I saw that. And you're absolutely right. And these children of the lie, they pretend to care about women, but they don't. They do not care about women at all.
Well, they don't care about women, and they don't care about men either. Because
no, well, we know that.
I can tell you of myself. And I'm still dealing with it now, being a survivor of false accusations, and being exonerated, and what the fallout is of having to deal with something like that. So I can kind of understand what they're going through from a very personal standpoint. Now, my situation didn't have anything to do with rape; it had to do with domestic assault. And if you're accused of any one of those things, and you're exonerated one way or the other, it's a stain on you that you cannot get rid of.
Yeah.
You just cannot get rid of that stain, and it will stick with you. It will stick with you, and it will haunt you, and it can destroy your life just with a mere accusation.
Amazing.
A mere accusation. And you could tell the truth. You could say this. You could say that. You could do whatever that you can in the process, but once that accusation is on your record, and, I would advise your audience or anybody that's involved in that situation, if you ever get in that situation, you are exonerated, get that arrest expunged so at least you can find a job somewhere.
That's amazing. I know, man. I've seen it over the last 28 years around the country. So many men have been lied to about in that manner, and their lives were nearly destroyed. And it's just made up stuff. Mine has been destroyed, Jesse. It's just made up stuff. You say what?
You're talking to somebody where their life has been destroyed.
And so are you regaining your life, or is it just over for you?
It's at this point, it's getting ready to the nuclear bomb's getting ready to go off. So, it's when you go through something like this, I feel for people that go through these false accusations, and when somebody says something about you, and see, my whole situation I was in the, protection mode because I'm a man, and what I'm supposed to do is protect, my women and my children, X, Y, and Z. And, I kept my mouth shut and didn't say much. I was trying to protect that situation, which may or may have not been the right situation or the right way to handle it. However, at the end of the day, that was the process, and it's literally destroyed pretty much everything. My reputation, put me out of work for 6 months. My credit, it's
amazing.
Why getting ready to get evicted out of my apartment.
What really? They threw you out of your apartment?
That's getting ready to happen, and it all stems from this one event that happened October 25th of 2015, and I held on so hard, and fought, and things, they come to a head. And, I could tell, anybody out there, and this especially to women and mothers, out there, I think it's important for men to understand this too, but I think it's more important for the women to understand this. When you falsely accuse somebody in order to do something to help yourself, and you falsely accuse a man of rape or of domestic assault, and he's innocent, even if he gets exonerated through court, you are talking to and listening to somebody that is dealing with the repercussions of said situation.
Amazing.
And it's really amazing, Jesse. And actually, I'm friends with a cousin of yours named Brian. He's a little upstairs from me here in Carmel. I think he moved back to California.
Oh, you did? But, are you black?
No, I'm Irish and Italian.
You sound a little black there, so that's because you've been hanging out with Brian. But
I love him, man. He's a good guy.
I
know his ex-wife and his kids and everything else. I know him. I love him. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he really is. So, Corey, someone accused you of spousal abuse. Is that right?
Yeah, my ex, the mother of my kids. I mean, it's been going on for 3 years now, and it's finally taken everything. It's finally destroyed every single thing that I've built for the last 10 to 12 years, including losing my kids and everything else. And she keeps leaning on this charge that was dismissed by the prosecuting attorney's office, and I'm still living with it now.
How many children you have?
2.
And so were you married to this woman?
No, that was a mistake.
You lived with her?
Yep.
You get what you deserve.
That's right.
Men should never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, live with a woman before marriage or have sex with her before marriage. You bring out the worst in her.
I agree with you. I'm learning that the hard way. Just to repeat, just so people understand. I mean, you just, when you falsely accuse, men of egregious acts like that, and it's not true. Even if they're exonerated, it never leaves them. It never leaves them. It even makes it hard to get a job. I mean, it destroyed my credit. It destroyed my ability to work as an independent financial advisor. At some point it came to a head, and then trying to and then getting evicted from your apartment. Try to find a new apartment. Try to find a place to live. Try to find
How
work.
old are you?
I'm 40.
And are you working now?
No.
You're not working. And they're
Nope.
about to throw you out of your apartment. What will you do? Where will you go?
I have a little bit of a support system with, friends and family and stuff. I'll just basically have to do the best I can. I just personally feel that this, I'm not all boo-hoo, type of person, that type of thing. I just kind of feel like maybe, I personally needed to go through this, so this was supposed to happen to some extent. So
Absolutely.
I could be a siren call, for other people, including women especially. The key for me is the women. Women, you need to understand when you do stuff like that, what you're doing, not only to the man, but also your children.
Well, let me just say this to you. Women who are doing these things to men, falsely accusing them, they know exactly what they're doing. They hate men.
They do.
They hate men. They hate their own children. They hate God. They hate what is right. and Satan is their father, and they're deliberately trying to destroy you and everything and everyone who is attached to you. So don't be naive. They know exactly what they're doing. My question to you, why didn't you speak up and fight back immediately? Why didn't you stand up and fight this woman back in the right way?
Well, I'm doing that right now.
Why didn't you do it in the beginning, and day one?
Oh, at the very beginning, fear.
Of what?
Fear of the repercussions of what could happen based on how men are treated through the court system now.
But because you gave in to fear, you look what you got. You got what fear would bring when you have fear.
I agree.
I always encourage men and women who are on the side of good, you start fighting back right away. Don't wait, because evil whole intention is to destroy you. And it destroys you by making you afraid. Because when you become afraid, God is not with you. Evil can destroy you because you're not going to stand up and fight back. You have to fight back right away. Even in your personal life, you have to stand up and fight back.
I did do that. I did fight back. I got an attorney, and I was going to go to court. We were going to go to the mat on this thing. And the prosecuting attorney's office decided to drop the case. They decided to drop the case. So based on 3 different statements that this woman made. So it just gets back right to the main point, is once the accusation is out there, once it's in the ether, you can't get rid of it.
Let me do this for you because of time. You sound like a good man, so take this advice and it will work if you do it. All right? Sir. First of all, how did you find the show?
I think I found you about 5 years ago, probably.
Oh, okay. So let me tell you this.
It was on the web, YouTube, I think.
So does not Corey, but Brian, my cousin, does he know that you know about my show?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So Brian went through some mess too, but we won't get into that. But let me tell you, here's what
I already know. I know, Jesse.
So here's what, are you doing my silent prayer?
I'm not, and you know I'm wrong for not.
I know. So you're suffering.
Well, I know too.
You're suffering because you're not returning to the Father, so He can bring you through all of this. You will learn from it, and you'll become an example for others.
I think that's why this is happening, Jesse.
So you just have a hard head, and as my grandmother would say, a hard head make a soft A.
Oh my God, you were too funny. Thank you for that, Jesse.
I want to give you some good advice on what to do, and it's going to be amazing if you do it. Can you hold for just one more minute?
Sure.
All right, hold on for me. Amazing. And this to all men and women who love what's right, all right? I got some great advice for you. Number one, you've already admitted that you're getting what you deserve because you were wrong for living with this woman, having sex with this woman, making babies with this woman before marriage. And you were wrong.
Yep.
And so as a result, you're getting what you put out. So the first step to overcome it is to admit that you're wrong. Now, what this woman is doing, based on the information you've given me, she's wrong too, but she will suffer for what she's done, right? But by you admitting, I'm wrong, and that's why I'm in all this mess, you're on your way to overcoming all of that stuff, and you're going to be a better human being for it, and you will be closer, you'll become one with your Father, God. So the first step is admitting that you were wrong. And then secondly, do the silent prayer. Commit to the prayer so that God can cause you to wake up and show you how to overcome this stuff. He's going to open up opportunities that will blow your mind, and there will be no one on earth who can ever stop you because your priorities will be first. I mean, they will be in order. And the first priority for men and women is to seek first the kingdom of God and his right way, and all things will be added. And so if you start seeking the Father, stay with that, know thyself, it's going to be amazing how everything will open up for you, and it's going to be far greater than what you've lost.
I appreciate that, Jesse.
And so fret not, and don't ever, 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 never, ever, ever, Mamma Mia, ever, never, 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 never believe that the world is greater than what's in you. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. The world does not have power at all. That's why they pass laws that try to restrict you. That's why they attack you. They make you have fear because they don't have real power. The real power is in you for those who truly believe in the Father and become that way. So everything that you've lost, it was just a wake-up call that you're about to fall off a bridge into the ocean and you couldn't see it. And so instead of God allowing you to be killed, he's waking you up so you can do it in the right way.
This is a gift. That's the last thing I'll say. Is I've been given a gift.
Yes. So don't believe that it's over for you. And I want you to go through what you're going through without anger. Go through it with grace and appreciate that God did not abandon you completely. He did not leave you. He was with you. And he's going to bring you through this in an amazing way. But you got to...
Ironically, Jesse, I'm not angry at that woman even a little bit.
Right on.
I'm not even a little.
Yes.
Not even a little, man. You just want to, get things straight, move forward, make sure I'm there for my kids, get everything straightened out, and that's it.
But don't have anything to do with...
I actually learned that from you. I learned that from you years ago. I listened to you talking about letting go of the anger, not being mad.
Yes.
And I will give you that credit. I've definitely learned, and I've dropped that. So I'm not angry with her. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and I just got to make do with what's what.
Do not, and that's good. Do not be angry, but don't trust her. She's, based on the information, she's a daughter of Satan, so she cannot be trusted. Don't take her word at anything.
Yep.
So I encourage you to do the prayer, all right?
I'll do that then. I really appreciate it, Jesse. Thank you.
And listen, do the prayer, get up every day, do what's in front of you. Your life will unfold. Don't worry about what you have lost. You're going to gain greater than what you have lost. But you got to stay with return to the Father, do the prayer so your mind can be renewed. And it's just going to be amazing, Corey. You're a good man. You were just blinded in that fallen state, but it'll be fine.
I agree with you. I have faith in that.
Yeah. Great call, man, and you're going to be fine.
Thank you, Jesse.
Maybe you could start your own business now. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. So one day at a time, one step at a time, stay with the prayer. It's going to be amazing. Call me again, all right?
Thanks, Jesse. I will definitely do that.
I'm going to let Brian know that I spoke to you on the air today.
Definitely tell him. I'll give him a call later.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool. All right, buddy. God bless you, man.
Thanks, Jess. God bless you, too.
All right, buddy. Amazing. God loves us. He doesn't love us as we are. That's my biblical question. I'm reluctant to respond to that part. But there's nothing you cannot overcome when you admit you're wrong in what's happening, because you're blinded in that fallen state and you can't see what you're getting into. But once you get into it, admit that you were wrong. It doesn't mean that the person that's trying to destroy you is right. But had you been aware, you would not have ended up in that situation.